go into the quarterfinals.
The quarterfinals.
Then KCB will have to play Nyati, I think.
Yeah, later on they have to play Nyati. So and their point differential looks good coming into this one because Nyati have just been received a hiding from Shogun. So that match between KCB and Nyati will be one to watch. But they have to contend with Uganda. Uganda, a solid team that has been sent here, featuring a couple of debutants after they just concluded 7th circuit. Line break there by Kiluake Sifuna. Kiluake Sifuna pumping his feet, going all the way. And that's Wekesa Michael, sorry, I beg your pardon. Wekesa Michael goes all the way to score. First try. That was a clean line break. He also plays as a winger once in a while. I've seen him playing wing for the 15th KCB, so he had pace to burn there. And Brian Wahinya with an extra two.
He said it was a missed tackle there by Uganda. But what a clean pair of heels there with a step off his left foot. Yeah, I think there was a good distant tackle attempt there by Gift Wokoraj. But I think this didn't get his timing wrong.
Yeah, Gift Wokoraj coming into this tournament with a splendid statistics from the local 7th circuit in Uganda. He was the second top scorer. Second try top scorer in that circuit. So he has some attacking acumen in him, which KCB have to be wary of. But in that defensive play, he was caught napping by Wekesa, going all the way to score. Uganda with ball in hand, pumping and getting out past two defenders, steps back in. Finally, Wahinya brings him down. Counterattack being put here, then stepping and going. Uganda's Karim Arinatwe, who is also the captain, carrying it at the center of that KCB defense, toying with defenders there, but KCB arrive in numbers. Uganda reset and go to their right, looking for the spaces out. But the defenders are there. Cuts back in, gets snapped. Good spell of possession here by Uganda. Something has to give. And finally they put the ball to boot into the backyard. Well recovered there and going in to score. Roy Kizito. Oh, I beg your pardon, that's Fat Moses Watmore on debut. Moses Watmore on debut. He is a strong ball carrier.
Yes, he is. And make no mistake, there's a couple of them good steppers in there. Roy Kizito himself, a really, really good ball carrier. I rate him highly, Roy Kizito, among these Ugandan players. Our team also at the edge of the field. When he gets a chance, Daniel Otim is also really good. But we see this try here by
Fat Moses Watmore.
Moses Watmore.
Yeah.
And yes, F-A-T, Fat, that's his name.
Yeah, that's his name.
There's no insinuation from the commentary here about his size.
He's a strong ball carrier. That he has a trunk of a body on him, and puts Uganda back into contention on this one. 7-7 all, as we see Osumba Stephen carrying that ball between the two defenders.
I thought he did one roll extra there. Osumba, the referee just gave him benefit of the doubt. I thought he had done one. Oh, that's a really good.
He has a strong boot, kick. A sure boot from Stephen Osumba. I remember watching him in one of the Super Series, 15 Super Series last year. And in one match, he literally almost scored all the points. I think he did. I think turning on for one of the franchise should have been Rhinos and Buffaloes, and he did quite well. So there's one weapon that he has, it's that right boot.
This is also really good depth here by the KCB National 7 Series champions. Almost all their players went to absorb the national teams, either Moran or Shuja, and they still have another bunch of players coming through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Osumba himself played no part in the National 7 Series, I don't think.
No, he did. He played, I think, 2 legs. Those are the last 2 legs. Osumba came in those last 2 legs. But what you're saying is right, because when you compare with Walukuba Rugby, who won the 7th circuit in Uganda, they've had to beef up their squad after losing players to the Uganda team. They've had to bring in players from the other teams, I think around 4 or 5 players. So when you see KCB with that depth, bringing in their own players for this, then yeah, you are right and spot on, Oscar. Put in there on the line out Karim Arinatwe, the captain, overthrows that one and hands possession back to KCB.
Oh,
then
no.
a loose pass. Exchange of possession here between the two teams. Who will make the other pay for it? It's a tight affair, this one, 7-all. As we have over a minute to play to the first half. Osumbwa chasing down that ball carrier and goes for the jackal.
Yeah, it's a good turnover there.
Rewarded.
That's a really good play there by Stephen Osumba.
Dangerous times there as Austin Sikutu tries to fashion a space for himself. He has wheels, he has pace, and he has evasive skills. Goes all the way, suspiciously almost at the deadline, but he scores that. No TV ref in this one, Oscar.
Not easy, not easy. Lots of passion here. I think both teams feel like if they get a win on this one, then they have a chance. Remember, both have lost earlier. KCB to Shogun just about lost that one. But Nyati seems a bit more convincing over Uganda.
Yeah. So this is a must win for both teams. Really must win to remain in contention for the quarterfinals. And that was a good show by Austin Sikutu. Danced around that 5-meter channel, evasive runner he is, and goes to score. Just sized his man, looked at him, and then took Daniel Otim on.
Oh no, that Otim won't be happy to see that replay.
He still has 7 minutes to get even with Sikutu.
I don't think Otim will be happy to see that replay. It's a good kickoff here by
What a contrast
KCB.
on that photo. Sitting side by side,
Oh,
Uganda and
this is a
Kenya
wonderful
players,
try.
fans. Yeah, Wekesa with another one. Wekesa with another one. What happened there?
I think such a try just really kills
The fight in a team.
Yeah, I mean, it's still first half. There's still at least another 7 or 8 minutes to go on this one. But you just conceded 5-pointer, and then with a wonderful kickoff there by KCB, which they utilized a lot in this National 7 series. Remember, KCB are the champions of the 2025 National 7 circuit. As we see another wonderful conversion attempt by Brad Mahinya.
Yeah, he really has a good boot. You see those restarts and the conversions.
Oh, that is a really good take there by Wekesa on the kickoff.
Yeah, really positioned himself well. And during kickoffs, you have those roles that each player is assigned to. Wekesa has done his role quite well there, waiting for the spillage, got it and goes over to score. We go into the halftime, KCB leading this must-win 19-7 against Uganda. Second half here in this tight affair between KCB and Uganda. KCB just edging it as we went into the halftime break, 19-7. But Uganda have all to do in the second half. They still have the weapons. They still have the ability to turn this game around.
That's a really good kickoff, way deep, right into the 2 meters away from the try line. Uganda have to pick this one, and they do.
It becomes an immediate pressure point for Uganda, pinned 5 meters out of the try box.
I'm not convinced this is the best Uganda Sevens team that can come from Safari Sevens. I'm not seeing a couple of players here. I mean, leave alone Philip, of course, the mercurial Philip Okuraj. But a couple of players here from, say, Pirates. I'm not seeing them here.
Yeah, the only most experienced person you'll really say is Shakim Sembusi. He's been in the 15 squad back in 2023. But most of these players are just there and abouts with around 5 debutants for the Sevens. So, yeah, you're right in that sense. More of a developmental side. And just looking and tracking in years to come to see how it pays for them. As we see KCB attacking the shorter channels, going around the fringes there, but knocking it on. Sunday Dominic coming in this second half.
I think he was too eager there, Dominic. I think he could have just put that rack and then allow
the supporting players
to play. I mean, he's a ball carrier. Went down, get a rack. There you go. The ball is placed.
Yeah, he tried to position himself to.
Yeah. I think he just tried to bring his body back. Sort of managing his upper torso to bring that ball back. In the process, he was actually knocked on.
So substitutions being made there. Brian Wahinya leaving the pitch.
Like
and on comes Emmanuel Opondo. Oh, that's a bad collision.
It's more of his knee than his head.
That's Osumba. That's Osumba. Is it Stephen Osumba? Looks like.
So. Let's talk about his knee or his ankle.
For a moment, I was worried it was a head collision.
That's unfortunate. I think he's just a little bit unsighted. The step. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, and he has had problems with injuries. Stephen Osumba has not been lucky with injuries. Yeah, that right knee. Yeah, that right knee or right ankle. It's actually the knee got caught up in that tackle area, fell on it, and really looks innocuous.
Yeah, it doesn't look comfortable, happy.
Yeah, it's an immediate substitution called there by the team physio, Coley. Coley has been around for the longest in terms of physio for KCB. And really sad to see Stephen Osumba. He's worked himself back into the squad, worked himself back into playing rugby after some spells with injuries. And to see him going out again, we wish him the best. We hope it's not serious.
Yeah, the reaction from the player looked like he's really painful, but it's good to see that he's walking off.
Yeah,
we need to rush away from the field here because he's just close to
the action.
To the action, yeah.
So Uganda.
Uganda trying to play out of this.
Yeah, that blitz defense from KCB putting Uganda under all sorts of pressure, resulting in that knock-on.
Kizito not aware.
KCB have just been rushing up.
Yeah, they've done well. I mean, Kizito here just thinking that he's already beaten the player, but it's a good recovery here by, I think it was Clyde Kiamai.
So turnover, very prime territory, prime possession for KCB inside Uganda's 22. And they have really used the full pitch, spreading themselves out wide. Manuel Opondo passes it to the newcomer in this squad, and he goes over for his second try of the tournament. This is youngster Branton Lusisa. Branton Lusisa coming into the KCB setup. Saw him yesterday with a try. This is the second one. That was well planned. A strong ball carrier. You spread out the defense, and then you give him one-on-one with 10 meters out.
Oh, this doesn't look good for those of you fans for the Uganda Cranes. I think with this loss, you'd say that they're out of contention
for the cup quarters,
at least for the last 8.
Yeah, Branton Lusisa just shrugging off 2 defenders there. Really strong ball carrier. And KCB again going for the deep restart and pinning Uganda in their own 22.
I mean, there's been some 2 tries which they've scored. I think there's a third one where there's missed tackles. We saw the other one on our team, the missed tackle there, then the kickoff, and again another missed tackle, allowing KCB to score. So it's not that they're not up in defense, just that, you know, with those kind of missed tackles, then it's difficult, especially in 5 meters out. As we see KCB here again, Kusasi.
Yeah, Kevin Ochieng coming in from the bench. See him there trying number 21.
So Branton Lusisa, I think, stepped out there into touch.
Yeah, Kevin Ochieng, one of the youngest players around. I think he's barely 18 years old. Coming into the setup here, was in high school just last year. And gets a shot at Safari Sevens, courtesy of KCB.
So this makes it a winner takes all in terms of KCB versus
Shogun. Yeah, KCB
versus Nyati.
Oh yeah, KCB versus Nyati. That will be an interesting one because whoever wins there.
I think that's Wekesa, is it?
Yeah, that's Kilwake Sifuna. Kilwake Sifuna just coming in from the bench. Kilwake
You're right,
Sifuna.
that's Kilwake Sifuna.
Yeah. Pumping in the points because they know aggregates might come into play. This is a big score for KCB against Uganda, 31-7. And you add to that close defeat they had yesterday, 17-14. So they're in a good place.
I think they're second ahead of Nyati.
Yeah,
even though Nyati beat Uganda. Yeah. So both of them have won against Uganda, but they argue the KCB aggregate is better.
Yeah, that match between Nyati and Uganda was 24-12.
So KCB in contention for the
cup quarters, yeah.
Cup quarters.
Yeah, they have. If it's a tied match between themselves and Nyati, they will have a better aggregate. Uganda putting KCB under pressure here, and they reap the benefits of that jackal. Kevin Ocheng holding on to that ball. It's immediate tap and go from good hands. 3v1 here. They have to use it well, stepping back in and then trying to reach to score that try. Gift Wokorach just stopped short. Then they go around the fringes and barging over to score. That is another try for Uganda. Julius Oyuk, we saw him in the under-20 Bathés 2 or so years ago. Plays for Heathens, but goes over, stretches and scores.
I was just about to say there, Gift Wokorach may have butchered that one because it was a 3v1.
3v1. Yeah,
but somehow, lucky
Julius
for him,
has saved him.
That the rest of the supporting players just came and took over that track. There you go. And then eventually it was Julius who scored, but a lot of good support play there from Patrick Okello.
Yeah, that restart not going the full 10 meters. Quick tap and go from Emmanuel Opondo, shifting to the left. Tyson Maina coming in. And then
another missed tackle.
Kilwake Sifuna with his second try in as many touches of the ball coming from the bench, sealing this off. Big score for KCB. Missed tackles has been the problem for Uganda.
There's actually 4 tries scored against them for missed tackles. So the defender is there. That's not the issue. The issue is that it's a poor tackle attempt. In that case, I don't know whether it was a team again who just tried to reach out to catch the player as opposed just to tackle the player. And unfortunately, it's costing them. It wasn't a team. I think it was Patrick Okello this time.
Yeah, that one's Uganda losing this one. Losing this one big. 43-12. Second biggest score we are seeing today from KCB against Uganda, and puts them in a good place as they wait to meet Nyati later on. We move on to the next match. 2 matches to go in the second round for the men's category. Coming up next is French